Welcome back to the Fathers of Mercy here in Auburn, Kentucky, back on Holy Smokes. And you know, there's always those people out there who want to just argue for the sake of argument, right? Who want to be contrarian, who always take the opposite of a person's, case, or they love the sake of argument, right? And we have a name for them. We call them the devil's advocate. But what if I were to tell you that name, the devil's advocate, is actually a reference to an office in the church and in the Vatican, and it's actually very old. So one of the things when we consider people who have lived very holy lives and who have died, we present them to be canonized saints, right? And there's a specific office that's called the Congregation for the Cause of the Saints, and it's very old. And they look at all the writings of the saints, they look at their lives, the miracles through their intercession, and they do a very rigorous investigation to see if there's anything in their life that would be, contrary to holiness and the reason they wouldn't be in heaven. Well, Pope Sixtus VI in the 16th century, wanted to make a more rigorous system for analyzing in the congregation of the saints, people's lives, the individuals' lives, taking a closer look at them. And so he established an office that was called the Promoter of the Faith. And the Promoter of the Faith, it was his job to always take the opposite stance of the person in question. So if you were looking at canonizing someone, and you're going to look at his writings, look at the miracles through his intercession, looking at his life, it was the job of the Promoter of the Faith to try to argue against why they wouldn't be in heaven, why they shouldn't be canonized, why maybe there was something wrong in their writings, or that the miracles were fake. And it was a way of putting these people through a more rigorous investigation. And this office, the Promoter of Faith, then received the name the devil's advocate as a nickname, because literally they were supposed to take the devil's side, so to speak, and try to present all these arguments and these cases of why these individuals were not saints. And this office still exists today, right? And this is where that name, the devil's advocate, comes from, is that they are the promoter of the faith, and they're supposed to always take the opposite side of those individuals who are presented for canonization, to try to see if they are actually not saints. And so when we see those people today who, just like to argue for the sake of arguing, and we call them the devil's advocate, that's actually a reference to an office in the church. So hopefully that, maybe brings a little bit of that Catholic history for you all, and a more appreciation of how influential actually the Catholic faith is in everyday language. And so we will end now with a blessing. Dominus Vobiscum, benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater, et Filius, et Spiritus Sanctus. Amen.